I'm here with Apalachee Don. We're gonna talk a little bit about his music and some of the things that's coming up. How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. You just released that new song, Georgia, Arkansas, Georgia. Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, that's a great song, man. It's a little bit different, than what we've heard.
Well, that's the only way I know how to be anyway. Every time I do music, that's different.
Right.
You gotta be different. You gotta be different. You already got people in the jacked up trucks.
That's right.
Mud dipping, and putting it, and that ain't. I'd rather just tell you I'd rather tell you about my experiences.
All right.
Just be honest with you.
Exactly.
I'd rather tell you about through my music. I'd rather tell you about how I've lived, things that's ailed me in life. So that's where we're at with it.
Music's about the truth.
Music's about the truth, and I try to be as truthful as I can.
Yeah.
Some folks might disagree with the way I live, but this is how I live, and I'll let you know how I live through my music.
Cool. Well, that was kind of a taste of the new album that's coming up.
Yeah, small taste. Of course, the song features Big Chuck. I got a lot of respect for Big Chuck, man. He's we write a lot alike. On the whole outlaw music, I ain't even gonna call it outlaw country. I'll just say outlaw music. That's what it is. Boomers and stuff.
That's right.
But,
maybe a holdout on it.
Yeah, well, what better way to get it than natural setting,
That's right.
But yeah, Arkansas, Georgia is basically what you spoke on the little write-up that you put. It's about the road,
Right.
And it ain't necessarily about a musician on the road. It's interstate renegade, truckers, everyday people that get up and get to interstate back and forth to make their money.
Right.
And that's a musician relates a lot. You're always on the road, you're away from your family, and that's pretty much what it's about. Trying to get home, get that cornbread, get that, you need a nice bed. It's a small taste of what's coming. It's going to be I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be. It's so different. I got something for all the listeners. The kids, of course, the kids love me.
Right.
Everywhere I go, they want pictures and stuff just about as much as anybody. Hey, it's that guy. Like we was in Walmart today, and a little girl said, "Mom, that's that man." And my wife overheard them talking, and she's like, "No, that's not. Who you talking about? The Apalachee Don guy." She's like, "No, that's not Apalachee Don." She said, "I'm telling you it is." And my wife said, "Yeah, it's him. He's over there in the next aisle." And the little girl come around. She was smiling. I knew what it was, because they done passed me 2 or 3 times, and I noticed them the second time, and I knew what it was. I knew she was wanting a picture or autograph or something.
Right.
And when they ask, can they take a picture? I'm like, no. Can I take a picture? It's an honor to me. It makes me feel so good. It makes me know that people are noticing what I got going on because they relate to what I have going on.
Right.
But yeah, it's like I say, like you spoke on, a small taste of what's to come. There's a few songs on there that's. I got a song called Mason Dixon on there. Mason Dixon is basically your everyday church field song. It sounds like an old hymn.
All right.
And I got Eddie Robinson on the production with it. He's a man. Hey, you need good production work, Eddie Robson's your man.
He's worked a lot with Big Chuck.
Yeah, well, they're like that's his right hand man.
Right.
Mason Dixon is basically for your it's a church song almost, and that's what it speaks on. It speaks on baptized in the rivers and stuff like that, and this good old wholesome religion.
Right.
So to speak. I would say religion. I'm anti-religion. I love a relationship with the Lord. I love the Lord to death.
More about faith.
More about faith, and that's what it speaks on. It just got those bluegrass sounds and the fiddles and the mandolins and the harmonicas, the jaw harps. Personally, I can't wait to hear it myself.
Right.
I haven't heard nothing but Interstate Renegade. Well, Arkansas, Georgia.
Right.
I've heard Highway River, which is very close. We almost finished it the first night. we realized then that we done jumped straight in. We done created the music. We done sit down and laid the vocals down, and we should have been putting music down and then vocals, but it just that's the way it took us. It just felt so good. And Highway River makes me feel like I'm riding in the car with Dwayne Allman. It really does. It's just got that Allman Brothers feel, that whole southern rock, that Leonard Skinner feel. It's incredible. And what Highway River is about all my influences, the Hanks, the Whalens, and the George Joneses, and so what the Loretta Lynn's and stuff my daddy grew me up on.
Yeah.
It's the first verse, it speaks on all those. Those are like heroes. I speak on them like heroes in the song. And the next verse is more or less telling about myself and how they influenced me, and speaking on how I grew up. Talking about my mother and my father. My daddy was a jukebox man. He was a honky tonk. Okay. So I got a little bit of that in me, and that's basically it's a great song. It's my favorite song.
I can't wait to hear it.
It's my favorite song. The album's called My Kind of Songs.
Okay.
Basically because it's got my kind of songs on it. Self-titled track, My Kind of Songs is on there. It's more of a you might not like my kind of songs, but I don't care. Right? You might not like them, but most people's gonna like them. Majority of the folks is really gonna feel this Apalachee Don out.
Yeah. We got to hear a taste of that one too. I'm sure it's got remixed.
Oh yeah,
and all that.
It's pretty close to the same. It's got some more sounds, but it's pretty close to the same. I'd already knew the direction I wanted to go with it, and like you said, you got a taste of it.
Yeah.
I didn't change it up a whole lot. Just added a few different sounds in there with it. Got some harmonicas in it, some fiddles. I'm all about fiddles, banjos and stuff like that. I love the banjos. That's right. Which it's in my blood anyway. My mama, my daddy was a honky tonk. My mama, she was a Southern belle, and she loved bluegrass music.
Right.
So through the house, most of the time, I'm hearing Ricky Skaggs and stuff like that from my mama.
Right.
And then I go outside of the barn, and my daddy's got Merle Haggard in the tape deck, or George Jones. He was a big George Jones fan too.
You can't go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong with George Jones at all. But it's ever since my father passed, my music took a whole different turn. And what it is, it's me grasping my roots, and who the man that they raised me to be. I took a detour when I got 18, 19 years old, and thought I could do it on my own, and realized they were just trying to raise me to be a respectable young man.
Right. So I want to talk about growing up. I know you got a story.
Yeah, I got a testimony. Like I said, most of my life, most of my younger days was in the country. Even when we moved to the city, which Monroe is a little old small city, especially when I was growing up. Monroe was a little small city, wasn't much there. And it's grown excessively in the past 15 to 20 years. Coming up, I was just an old country boy, barefooted, climbing trees, just like any other old country boy. Yeah. Coming into my teenage years, when the drugs got involved, I didn't really get involved until I was about 17, 18 years old. And when they started becoming a part of my life, then it took me down a different road, and different kind of music came into play. I got on the hip hop music, and I'm not ashamed of that. I don't regret that. A lot of those Tupacs and stuff, people like that. The Biggie Smalls, I grabbed onto their style. Because they were talking about real stuff. They were talking about real things. So I guess that's kind of why I related to those. I would say they're probably close to my favorite rappers from the hip hop era. Yeah. NWA, stuff like that. As kids, they were talking about women and drugs. Yeah. So that's kind of the direction I tried to take. And I I ain't gonna say that it was bad music. I mean, I still made decent music. I've always made decent music. Been playing guitar since I was about 17. So guitar's always been a part of my life. But you know, I mean, I'm kind of kid rock, so to speak. You know, I mean, I've dabbled in a little heavy metal rock music, you know, rock, rap, stuff like that. But,
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And then, you know, I got some stuff on SoundCloud that's from a band I was in one time called 7 Day Theory. We were a hard rock band. And, you know, I was wailing the guitar leads. People didn't know, you know, I didn't know you could play guitar like that well. I mean, I can't now, but back then, I mean, I studied it. Then the chain gang come into the picture. And that's really where my life kind of started down spiraling. Selling drugs, getting out the chain gang, lost my family. Thank God he let me put that back together. Like I said, when my father passed, I seen a bigger picture. I seen a different person that I knew was me all along. So I kind of went back to my roots, and that's where my music sits today. And you can tell it fits.
Yeah.
I don't regret my days going down that different avenue, city life, what people call it. I don't regret it because it has helped make the man that I am today. Just give me a fishing pole, throw it out here when the wind blows. You know what I'm saying? That's life to me. That's in a nutshell. That's what it's about.
So we got Anthem of an Outlaw video coming out soon.
Soon, very soon. It's in production right now. It's very close. I had to go out and do a couple of, actually I did it in the backyard here, my last follow-up scene. I just got out with my guitar and played the guitar. But I mean, you hear me talking about with the guitar in a fruit jar, so better ways to pull the guitar out and play a little bit on it. Just kind of get some fill-in footage from it. Yeah, I come right out here in the backyard, finished it up. But yeah, it's we filmed big chunk scenes out there in Gurdon. It was in Arkansas. I mean, I figured, why not? I mean, I'm out there. It's his home. I would have liked to went to Tennessee and got mats. You know, that's where they're from. They're from Coffee, Tennessee. Popcorn stuff. But I would like to, like I said, I would have liked to went and got man-child stuff out there. But he's spent a lot of his life here too, so he can pretty much say he's as much from Georgia as he is from Tennessee. So we went out to the train tracks, and Matt kind of reminds me of old railroad guy anyway. We found us we went searching the train tracks, just looking, finding spots. We pulled up down below on Highway 11, found four engines, engine cars. So we pulled over on the side of the road, we walked down the track to the engine cars. Followed him up. It just kind of fits his whole persona to me. To me, when I look at that, that's what I'm thinking. So we went ahead and filmed all this scenes right there. Just different spots on the train. It was a good day actually. We spent about 45 minutes to an hour together. I mean, I always enjoy spending time with Matt. You know, if anytime we sitting around with instruments, something's going to be made, and it's something strong. Even with Trevor, you know, I mean, something's always, we can always seem to come up with something if we want to. But I fit so well into this direction, you know, I mean, if I didn't see it myself, I would probably be there's no telling what I'd be doing. I might have picked the guitar back up and tried the hard rock thing again, but it just fits. It feels good. It feels right. It's, you know, I mean, like I said, I believe in God too, and I believe in signs, and I believe He's given me the sign when it went to Jekyll Island, and I just, you know, I'm sitting on the pier, and I'm watching my kids walk up and down the beach, and my wife playing in the water, and it's like a sense of emotion just comes over me, and I just felt it in the wind, I felt it in the air, and I was like, God, give me a sign. And about that time, I felt the ocean mist just on my face. And I felt so free at that moment. And I knew then, you know, that's it. That's the confirmation. That's what I needed. So that's where the road for that's really where the road for Apalachee Don begins.
You got some shows coming up?
I do. I have a, like I said, September the 13th, Black Timberfest. That's in Blackshear, Georgia. A lot of good names on the card. Saving Abel, Relax, 3 and 20, Hard Target. I think Young Gunner's on there. Southern Country Music, I'm pretty sure is on there. Just a lot of names that's kind of starting to make a little noise out here.
Yeah.
And then September the 19th at Fusions right here in Monroe, Georgia, with Young Sullivan. There might be another act to open up. I'm trying to see if I can make that happen. If I can't, then it'll just be me and Young Sullivan. And then at Hills and Hollers at Lumpkin, Georgia, I'll be down there on October the 3rd with Young Sullivan again as well, and DJ Cannon Banyan will be there. So I'm sure the Southern Country Music family will be there. I like those guys, man. I got a lot of respect. They're just genuine dudes, really nice guys. We got the Peanuts. Me and Billy Fallon, we've put the Peanuts together, and they seem to be doing well. Everybody loves them. So when you get a chance, get you a jar of those Apalachee Don boiled peanuts. We got Cajun style boiled peanuts. We got hot sauce flavored boiled peanuts, jerk flavored, original flavored, and garlic and onion. And you can't go wrong with none of them. They all good.
That's a whole lot of peanuts.
Yeah, they good. They good.
Where can they get them?
They can hit me up and get them anytime. If you ain't too far out, I'll deliver. If you're far out, shipping's gonna cost you a little bit, but we'll get them to you. Now, you want them, you won't pay the shipping, we'll get them to you.
You gonna have them at the shows?
I'll have them at the shows. They will be part of the merchandise table. Right now we got T-shirts and stickers. We're currently working on arrowhead necklaces. I want to take the time to thank HickHopMusic.com for all they do, everything they do. There's tons of write-ups on Apalachee Don and other artists. Just go to HickHopMusic.com and all your favorite artists are there. I promise. There's a little write-up on Schmo, write-up on Chuck. It's there. Whoever you want to know something about, it's there. And they take time out of their days to write up on us, give you blogs and stuff about what we got going on. So first and foremost, a big thank you to those guys.
We appreciate you, man.
Oh man,
Appreciate you sitting down with us.
I appreciate it.
We'll have to do it again when you get done with your shows and you're on tour. We'll sit down in the back of your tour bus.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Can't get butter from a duck, blood from a turnip green. Ain't nothing changed, country like a butter bean. Appalachian bread.